fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Welcome to What the Fuck Are You Reading with Kali and Kaci,
a podcast and book club for all of the book lovers and shit talkers.
Hey Kaci, how are you?
I'm good today. How are you?
Well, my mental health is in a downward spiral, but
Oh,
I'm
good.
here.
Is that why I had to come to you today?
Yes. That's why we needed to record in my son's bedroom.
So, I'm going to tell you what the fuck happened, okay? Okay, I have a really funny story for you, and I actually don't know if you know this story, and I'm not making it anonymous because it's fucking hilarious and y'all need to know who these people are. Okay, so I have these friends, Tori and Shane.
Okay.
And
Are they fuckers?
They are. Tori is definitely a fucker. I don't know if Shane is, but we were talking about the podcast this weekend, and Tori was like, "You have to tell the story about Shane with the vending machine." So I was like, "Oh my!" I knew exactly what she was talking about. I was like, "Yes, I'm telling the story." So let me set the scene for you. So they are in Houston for the weekend, and they have a newborn baby. I don't remember. He was maybe 3 to 6 months old. Okay.
Oh, wait, I do know the story.
It's so good. And Tori was still breastfeeding, and they're in their hotel room, and the hotel was nice. It had a bar downstairs and an arcade and all kinds of shit, restaurant. Anyways, Shane was like, "Hey, I'll be right back." And Tori was like, "Okay." And she's breastfeeding, so she literally is trapped with her baby, can't go with him. And so he leaves, and he left his phone, but Tori did not know that he had left his phone, okay? Because he said, "I'll be right back." So he leaves, 30 minutes pass, and Tori's getting, mad as fuck because she's like, "Is he at the bar? I cannot believe he would go down to the bar." She's so mad, so mad. And so 45 minutes pass. And so she's like, "Dude, fuck him." So she starts
He's
calling.
with another bitch right now.
No, seriously. She was like, "What is her name?" And so she calls the front desk. "No, ma'am, we haven't seen him." She calls the bar. "No, ma'am, we haven't seen him." She is calling every restaurant, the arcade. She's calling everybody in this hotel. Well, okay, another 15 minutes passed by, so it's been about an hour now, and somebody is banging on her door. So she goes and opens the door, and Shane is covered in sweat. He's red-faced, and Tori looks, and he's his whole knuckles and hand is all red as fuck. Looks like he just got in a fight. And let me tell y'all something about Shane. Not a fighter. He is straight up lover, no animosity ever. So the fact that it looks like he just got in a fight, Tori was beside herself, but also, "Fuck you, you just left me in here for an hour." So they're hollering at each other. And she's like, "You wouldn't answer your phone." And he was like, "I didn't have my phone." So let me tell y'all where Shane was. This poor guy went to the vending machine to get something to drink. And the door closed behind him when he walks into this room to the vending machine. And it locks behind him. And he goes to open the door, and there's no door handle. So he can't get out, and he doesn't have his phone, so he's beating on the door, "Let me out, let me out, let me out." And he said finally this woman comes, and the door has in a elementary school, there's the little small window on the door,
Yeah.
Tall and skinny window. And so he's like, "Please help me." And the woman was terrified. She keeps walking and does not help him. And he was like, "Ma'am, please." Anyways, all this to say, Tori thought that he was out cheating or drinking or something, and left her to fend for their kid alone. And meanwhile, he was just locked in the vending machine room. That is hands down one of the funniest freaking stories.
So the woman, I guess, came back and let him out?
I think a worker ended up seeing, and they filed a formal complaint. Shane was like, "Y'all don't understand. I could have been locked in there overnight." He said, "I was scared."
Scared for his life. He had his change enough to get like a Reese and
Yes.
and a Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
But It was like on the prowl.
Yes, that is like so damn funny.
Oh Lord. Poor Shane. Sorry, Shane.
Sorry, Shane. Sorry, Shane, but I still would have took Tori's side.
So where we left off in Dante, guys, is we just found out that Kat never took the Plan B pill that she needed.
Oh, what a dummy.
And she is fucking pregnant. And this completely throws me for a loop because I don't know, like this was a smutty book, a smutty mafia book. Like I wasn't expecting there to be a pregnancy involved.
Great, can't wait for those awesome pregnancy sex scenes, I guess.
Yeah, so Kat decides that she has to run away. Like, she is afraid that Dante will kill her whenever he finds out. Or worse, that he will hand her over to his men. And at this point, like, it's not clear, but I don't think that she wants an abortion. So she is now concerned for her life and the life of her child.
Okay.
So she goes to Joey, who had offered to help her out.
This is the sister, correct?
Yes, the sister. And to help her, she had offered to help her escape, but Kat wasn't really wanting to at that point. Mm-hmm. Like, she's enjoying what she's got going on with Dante.
I'm sure she is.
But so Joey agrees to help her. She's like a huge bitch about it, but she's a huge bitch about everything. Like, Joey is not like a pleasant person. She's like one of those people that she's like nice 1 minute and you think that y'all are cool, and then she's like just a terrible cunt the next minute.
Okay.
So Joey comes and gets her one night while Dante and Maximo are out and takes her out of a secret entrance of the house. She literally doesn't even get out the door before Maximo catches them.
Oh, Jesus.
He and Dante always knew about Joey's secret exit and would follow her when she snuck out. Plus, the guy that Joey contacted to get Kat a new identity, like papers and all that, is one of Dante's men.
Okay.
So
he has connections everywhere. Like, nowhere is safe.
Yes.
Okay.
So they go out of this secret entrance, but like not even all the way out. And Maximo's on them. So Dante is gonna be fucking pissed. Like, we know he ain't gonna kill Joey because Joey's his sister, but what's he gonna do to Kat at this point? So Dante says he hasn't felt rage like this since he found out about Nicole, the ex-fiance.
The dead ex-fiance?
The dead ex-fiance. And what do you mean, like, since you found out what? What'd you find out about her?
I'm scared. Was she pregnant?
So, and that's what I said too. Like, what about Nicole? Like, give me something here.
Yes,
like,
please.
What happened to Nicole? So when he confronts Joey, she tells him she knows what really happened to Nicole. So I'm glad that everyone knows but us.
Yes.
Like, we have no idea. So when Dante goes up to Kat's new room, which she has been forced into basically a cell instead of she had like a nice room that was just like a guest room. Now she is got bars on the window. She's got a lock from the outside.
The cupboard under the stairs.
She's got the room that Shane was stuck in with the vending machines. So he chokes her, slams her against the wall, which is not kind, okay? Like, we're starting to kind of like Dante a little bit, or at least Kat was.
And now here's domestic violence.
A little bit of DV. So she finally gets enough breath to tell him that she's pregnant.
Oh.
So now he's double pissed because not only was she trying to run away, but she was trying to take his child too. And he just like fucking punches the wall and leaves.
Okay, good. I thought you were about to say he punches her.
He didn't punch her. Okay, like we haven't gone there. He did choke her a little bit. Some people are really into that. That's probably why they left it into the book. But
okay,
I was fixing to be, you know what? I am. I asked, one time whenever Burke and I were like kind of newly together, he kind of like put his arm like up to my neck, like while we were being intimate. And I was like, you can choke me if you want. And he was like, what the fuck?
Actually, I don't even want to date you anymore.
And, like, he still talks about it to this day, like, how deranged I am. And it's not even my thing either, but I was like,
hey, if you're doing it, yeah.
kind of, like, giving me, like, the impression like you wanted to, so.
I was just giving consent, damn.
So, Dante's father finds out about this escape attempt and wants to discuss the lapse in security. And it doesn't seem like much of a lapse in me, actually, like, insecurity to me, because she didn't even make it out the fucking house.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It kind of seems like security was doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. So Mr. Moretti comes in and demands that Kat be dealt with. And Dante's like, Dad, I can't kill her. She's pregnant.
Oh, God.
If she wasn't pregnant, I guess she'd be fucking done. But then he slaps the shit out of Joey for her part in this. Dad does. He,
Okay.
like, fucking backhands her and
Poor
knocks
Joey,
her
dude.
across the room. And, like, I was kind of liking it because I'm over Joey. You know, like, and this was her idea. And she fucking sucked at it.
Yeah.
Like, couldn't even, like, actually get her out of the house.
Yes.
But Dante tells him if he ever does that again, he'll cut all of his fingers off. And we know he will.
We believe you.
With some pruning shears.
Oh.
So this family needs therapy.
No fucking shit.
Mr. Moretti lets Dante know that he summoned Lorenzo to come home, and also as an afterthought that if he's not going to kill Kat, then he's going to marry her.
I'm speechless, just in case anybody was wondering.
Okay, that was a hell of an afterthought. Like, set a date or dig a grave, basically.
Okay. And what beautiful vows.
Mm-hmm. Kat's been in her prison room for 4 days. She has no TV, like no radio, no books, no kind of stimulation at all. She is fucking sick, like morning sickness.
Oh.
Which I experienced to the extreme.
Yeah, if yours was a 10, mine was like an 8.
Yeah, like I was sick honestly, it wasn't the whole time. Like, I know some people are sick the whole time, but I was sick around the clock for 16 weeks, and then it slowly eased off until 20 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel her pain.
Yeah.
I was in absolute misery.
Yeah. Ugh. You were like a shade of green for all 20 weeks.
Mm-hmm. So she's not eating, even though she gets her 3 hots every day.
Mm-hmm.
Her 3 hots in a cot. And Dante keeps sending her messages through the housekeeper that she has to eat. And she sends him a message to fuck himself.
Period.
So she hasn't lost her spunk, at least.
Wait, okay, so like he's not visiting her? She is literally in here just completely alone?
Completely alone. Isolated. So Dante allows Joey to go visit Kat to bring her some magazines after Joey's like, look, she's going to fucking lose her mind.
Yeah.
You've got to give her something. And Joey sees her, and Kat is dehydrated. Like, she is fucking sick as shit. Like, I think she's kind of like hallucinating at this point. She's so sick. And so Joey convinces Dante to go see her, like, himself.
Mm-hmm.
That because Dante thinks that Kat is playing it up to get sympathy or whatever.
Okay.
Or for him to come see her or something. So Joey's like, no, like, you have to go see her. Like, she looks like she's about to
your
die.
girl looks like shit.
Mm-hmm. And when he does see her, he knows he's got to get her to the emergency room immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor gives Kat the chance to tell her if she's in danger. She, like, gets her alone and is like, look, now's the time.
They did that for me, like, every step of the way. And I was like, no, y'all need to go check on my husband because I promise if anyone's being abused.
So Kat does not have the desire to escape Dante anymore, though.
Mm.
And not only that, like, she doesn't want to get the doctor killed.
Yeah.
And
put everyone in danger.
That Dante's reach is far. But it's not just that. Like, she doesn't want to leave if Dante is okay with her being pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's being awful.
Yeah, red flag, but okay.
Yeah, she just wants to keep her baby safe. And she definitely wants to keep the baby. Like, that is clear. And Dante has lost all trust for Kat, but he doesn't want to lose her. And I'm like, you've fucking lost trust.
For real.
The only reason you even know this bitch is because you fucking kidnapped her. Like, I don't know what trust you thought you deserved.
Yeah, men.
So, Kat spent 2 days in the hospital with Dante at her side, and mostly because, like, he wants to make sure that she doesn't say shit to anybody, but, like, he does not leave her. And when they get back to the mansion, Dante has moved her into his room, like, out of her cell. So much better than the prison room, at least. She's not locked in or guarded or anything like that. Like, she's kind of got free reign again. And it seems like Dante is, like, going to take the marriage route. Like, he doesn't want to kill her. But he hasn't told Kat about it yet. So they go back to sleeping in the same room, but no sex. Other than sleeping in the same bed, like, they are not interacting at all. And a few days later, Kat tries to talk to him, but tells her he is not to be disturbed.
I cannot stand him.
So he has a party, and Kat sees him go in with another woman with his hand on her ass. So a party she's, like, not invited to, first of all, and then has all these women.
So aggravating.
And I'm like, what an asshole. Like, she is literally pregnant with his child. Like, the least you could do is be discreet. But no, like, in his own house. So nothing happened, actually. But he lets her think that it would, which just to piss her off. And Kat is pissed. And she tries to sleep back in her old bedroom, but he comes and breaks down the door, literally.
He's insane.
Yeah. When she won't unlock it, he breaks down the door. He tells her to get to his room or he'll carry her himself. But Kat is back to, like, being full feisty. And, okay, it just occurred to me that he might call her Kitten because her name is Kat. Like,
yes.
We're so stupid.
Okay, that's the only time that it's okay.
I'm not as smart as I thought I was. She tells him if he was with another woman, she will not have sex with him again. And he tells her that nothing happened. And, you know, I was really worried that this book would contain, like, sexual assault from the main male character. Like, I thought that
was what the trigger warning
Yes, I
meant.
thought that that's where we were going. But Kat has been very willing despite all the kidnapping and shit. Like, seems like they're definitely going to go back to having sex. I mean, they definitely do that night, but I think it's going to continue. And he does that thing where he makes her taste herself, which, like, completely grosses me the fuck out.
It really does.
And I'm not grossed out. I just want to make it clear, I'm not grossed out by the female body, but I don't want anyone's bodily fluids in my mouth. Like,
oh, so you don't swallow?
I don't fucking spit either. It doesn't get that far, okay?
Yuck. Okay, carry on.
Sorry, Burke. So the next day, Kat goes down to Dante's study, which is protected by an armed guard, and she demands to see him. And the guard has been instructed to tell anyone that he's busy, but Kat won't go away until he knocks on the door. And she tries to tell him that all she wants is his affection, and if he doesn't want the same, he should let her go. But he gets a phone call, and she just walks away upset. So, like, she's getting no answers.
Yeah, whatever.
Dante comes up to bed early that night to talk to her. He tells her he's not sorry he kidnapped her. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
But that he is sorry for how he treated her.
Okay, thanks.
Well, he should be. He fucking should be. And she wants to know about her future. Like, is she expected to be his mistress forever and unable to leave this house? I personally have no problem not leaving my house. Like, I love the indoors, but Kat does seem to have a problem with this. And he tells her that she won't be his mistress. She's going to be his wife. And she's like, absolutely not.
Okay, good. We're on the same page, Kat.
She thinks he's joking at first, but his family is built on tradition and legacy, and this baby is not going to be born out of wedlock.
You're a bastard, Jon Snow.
On a positive note, as his wife, she'll be able to leave the house, but still with security. Not because he thinks that she'll run, but for her safety with him as the head of this mafia.
Because everybody hates you because you're a dickhead.
And he murders people all the time.
Yeah.
And cuts their fingers off with pruning shears.
His
and
cousin's fingers off.
whatever the fuck else. Yeah, so like people don't like him. People want to retaliate against him. So these two idiots are fixing to get married and haven't even told each other I love you.
Mm-hmm.
So Kat finds out that Dante was given the choice of killing her or marrying her. And that ends the positive feelings she was having toward him, obviously. But it's also very obvious to the reader that he loves her. Kat just hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, well, communication is key.
So she marches down to his office and is basically like, what the fuck? I thought you wanted to marry me, but you really didn't have a choice. She asked if that's what happened to his former fiance, and he loses his temper when she won't shut up about the fiance.
Oh my God. Just tell me what happened, damn it.
And this is why I wouldn't have survived in this book, because I gotta know fucking everything. Everything. So she storms out, and he does not chase after her.
Bitch.
And why doesn't he ever fucking chase after her? Like, if a woman storms out, like, she wants to be chased.
90% of the time.
I would. If I storm out, and telling you, it's because I'm marching slow. Because I want you to catch up with me. And...
Not me. I'm sprinting out that bitch. Don't follow me.
So... Dante goes to Joey and asks her, like, why the fuck did she tell Kat about what their father had said? He tells Joey that Kat asked about his fiance, and Joey asked if he told her the truth yet. So this book is making it so clear that there's a story there, but, like, they're gonna wait until the last fucking second to tell you. So Joey suggests that Dante get romantic and actually propose to her. And let her know that he really does want to marry her. So yeah, I'm just saying, if I thought my fiance murdered his ex-fiance and that he was being forced to marry me, picking up a fucking cheesecake and giving me a ring probably would not be enough.
No.
So Dante proposes to her that night over dinner, and he does have like a really sweet speech. He says that she's the only thing in his life that he's ever truly chosen for himself, and he wants her to stand by his side until the end of days. Which I like. And I would fall for that too. But he proposes to her with an emerald ring. And like...
You're supposed to be this rich motherfucker.
I'm a diamond girl. Which it was like a family heirloom, whatever. But like,
okay.
No, I do not want an emerald ring on my ring finger.
Yeah.
I want a diamond. So.
The emeralds can be placed around the diamond.
Not even for me. I want no color. Like, that's not for me. I know a lot of people are into that. A week later, Lorenzo and his wife come home. So Anya is this sweet, tiny girl who is battling cancer, and it's like an aggressive cancer.
I forgot about that.
And Lorenzo is not the friendliest, but he obviously loves his wife and is worried about her. Then out of left field, when Kat is talking about how much she likes Anya to Dante, but thinking it's weird how controlling he seems to be over her, Dante tells her that Lorenzo is Anya's dom, and she's his sub, and the necklace that she wears is really a collar.
Okay.
Like, why is that something that everyone needs to know?
Yeah.
Like,
and like, what does that make him love her any less? Like, what?
I mean, I don't think it makes her love her any less.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying, but like, Dante's saying it like, yeah, he might love her, but...
Yeah,
like,
well,
what?
this is why he's so controlling, because he's her dom. And I'm thinking, they just setting that up for another book in the series.
Yep.
Is Lorenzo one of the other books in the series?
I don't know, but
it's
probably.
It's going to be all about that.
Yep.
So 2 months pass with Lorenzo at home, and everything is going smoothly. Dante is in a meeting with 2 men named Tony and Elmo. Yeah, like that's somebody's real name.
Somebody's real fictional name.
Hi, I'm Elmo.
I'm gonna chop your fingers off now.
Who are friends? So they're friends with his father. And when Kat walks by the study and sees them, she fucking pisses her pants. She gets so scared.
Are these the 2 guys that kidnapped her originally?
So Kat runs upstairs crying, and Dante follows her, like, wanting to know what's wrong. And Kat blabbers on, saying, please don't let them take me. She won't run away. Like, she is just, like, begging for her life, talking nonsense. And it turns out they are the ones who assaulted her and carved the word into her back.
Oh, shit. Okay. How long ago? Like, long before she was kidnapped, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe 3 years or
okay,
something.
so a long time ago.
Several years ago. And the word that they carved into her back was whore, by the way.
Oh my god.
Dante is gonna fucking kill them.
Yeah, I hope so.
And I hope it's not too gory, though, like, I don't need a detailed explanation of this. Like, I'm not into gore. Like, written on the screen, anything, like, that's not for me, but... And what the hell did they do it for anyway? Like, something that her brother did?
Yeah.
So, on top of carving horror into her back, they kept her chained in a basement for 2 days and probably would have killed her, except that she escaped. There was sexual assault as well. This is where the sexual assault comes in. And they fucking pissed on her.
Ew!
So, yes. Like, they're disgusting.
Yuck as fuck.
Dante makes her go back downstairs with him to, like, face her demons or whatever. And she goes into the study, and as soon as Dante introduces her as his fiance and the mother of his child, and they recognize her, they know that they are done for. Like, they start looking around the room for weapons. They're shaking. Like, they absolutely know what's coming. So she yells at them for a while. Out of their system. Like, telling them that they had no right to do that.
That's therapy, baby.
Or to do that to anyone, for that matter. And when she finishes saying what she needed to say, she leaves the basement, and Lorenzo and Dante take the 2 men down to the basement. They bring drugs, a knife, and a glass bottle of water, and I really don't want to know, like, what they're fixing to do with all that. Dante specifically says that he gives them each 4 blue pills, and I know what a fucking blue pill is. Do you know what a blue pill is?
It's Viagra,
It's Viagra. And I was like, please tell me he's not giving them Viagra. He's giving them Viagra.
Spoiler.
Yeah. To add insult to injury, it was her brother Leo that gave her to them.
Oh my god, Leo, you suck.
And even Dante's father knew that they did this.
Oh.
Kat didn't mean anything to them at the time. Like, they didn't know her or anything, but Dante is still fucking pissed. So after they take these Viagras, Maximo tells them to strip. And he tells them they're going to do to each other what they did to Kat, which is pretty creative.
I'm like, yeah, that's great. Can we do this to all the pedophiles?
And I'm just going to be honest, like, I cannot go into detail with this because it was too much for me. But at the end of it, they're both dead and both suffered greatly.
Awesome.
So
wait, it like went into full detail?
It went into detail.
Ooh.
I
bet that was hard to read.
They carved it into each other. Basically, they made them fight each other to see who was going to be top or bottom.
What if that's really how it worked?
And then they both end up being bottoms, okay? At some point. And have to carve words into each other's back. Like, that's horrible. Anyway, it's pretty gruesome. Like, I didn't want to go into detail. It was too much. But after that ordeal happened to her in the past, that's when Kat quit her job, isolated herself from her friends, and started cleaning houses on the night shift to have as little contact with other people as possible. Like, it completely ruined her life. So Dante tells Kat when he sees her that night that it was all her brother's doing.
Oh my god.
And Kat is obviously devastated, but Dante holds her down and fucks her so that it's him that she'll remember whenever, like, they're doing that.
Okay,
so
dude.
that she's not remembering other people holding her down. she's going to remember him.
You're right. This family does need therapy.
Down.
Because I do not think that is what a therapist would suggest could help somebody get over their PTSD.
I want to be clear. She is obviously still consenting to this. This is like therapy to her.
What the fuck?
My therapist gives me worksheets.
Yeah.
You know.
I was about to say, my therapist would never suggest that.
So Lorenzo comes to Dante with a possible lead on why Mitch was shot right after Kat came to them. Remember the guy was shot? Came to them was like a nice way of saying after Dante kidnapped her.
Uh-huh.
So remember those 3 kids burst in, shot up the place, and none of those 3 kids survived?
Mm-hmm. I said, but I don't really.
Okay.
It was like a nightclub?
It was like they were at a party or something, and these 3 kids like came in, were shooting up the place. They didn't know who they were shooting at because there were a bunch of mafia people in there, so they don't know who exactly the target was.
Okay.
But they all got killed in the process.
Okay.
So they never found out like
why
what was going on.
Yeah.
And that's when Mitch got shot and Kat had to nurse him.
Yes.
And pull, stitch him up, dig the bullet out, all that stuff that she's not.
That a nurse is very qualified to do.
Yeah. So one of these boys' sisters had gone missing the week before that incident.
Okay.
And it turns out that 18-year-old girl had just started working at a coffee shop that Mr. Moretti went to every day.
This is Daddy Moretti?
Daddy Moretti.
Okay.
Their dad took an interest in her, and then all of a sudden, she went missing.
Okay.
So they decide not to confront Mr. Moretti about this right now. Like, the girl had no other family, and as much as they dislike the idea that their dad had something to do with it, they also don't want to kill their dad.
Yeah.
So, like, they're just going to let it be.
Mm-hmm.
So Kat set a date for her wedding, goes into full wedding planning mode with the help of Joey and Anya. And Dante is cool with whatever, and she decides, like, she is going all out.
Mm-hmm.
She is having a fucking wedding.
Go ahead, sis.
On the Moretti money.
Yep.
And Dante has another thought about his former fiance. He says it's the reason he hates his father so much. So I'm wondering what Mr. Moretti had to do with this. So they tell each other I love you on their wedding night. Like, okay. Like, a little late, but I'm glad we got that out of the way.
Yeah,
So we have a flashback to Dante when he was 25 and dating Nicole.
Oh, thank God. Are we about to be told?
So dating is a very loose term because it's more like they're like courting. They're just getting to know each other because
it's an arranged marriage.
It's basically an arranged marriage. He's being forced to marry her. He is not attracted to her.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes that she has a secret. Like, she is covered in bruises, but only in hidden places.
Okay.
And they haven't had sex or anything. He just figures it out because she wears, like, odd choices of clothing, like covering up, like
a scarf in 90-degree weather.
Like, yes. So he asks her who did it, and she tells him it was her brothers. And not only does her father know, he's the one who taught them to do it. And it's sexual in nature. She has a bite mark on her titty.
Oh.
She says she was 11 the first time it happened.
Oh, my God.
So when Dante finds this out, he says they'll be engaged from that day on so that she can live in his house and be safe.
Okay.
So her father is not happy to lose his little plaything.
Oh, that's such a gross, like, phrase. His little plaything.
Well, his daughter is being raped by her father and her brothers.
Yuck.
And not only, and tortured, and beat the shit out of all the time. So, which is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
And he had planned to let her marry Dante, but he just didn't realize it was going to happen so soon. So, he was even going to make her have surgery to replace her hymen so that she would be a virgin again.
Is that a thing?
Yes. You can do that.
Okay.
Like, I don't know why anybody would want to go through that twice, but you can do that. So Dante tells Nicole that he has no intention of marrying her, but he's gonna figure out a way to make her safe. And in fact, it turns out that Nicole has a lesbian lover, so she is definitely not interested in him either.
Okay.
So a few days after their wedding, Dante takes Kat on a little road trip, and he drives her a few hours away to none other than Nicole Santangelo's house.
So she's not dead?
She is not dead. She is living with her wife and 2 children.
Hell yeah! I love this little plot twist.
Dante got her a new identity, and her fathers and brothers mysteriously disappeared, although she knows that Dante probably got rid of them.
As he should have.
And the reason that Dante hates his father is because Mr. Moretti also raped Nicole. And her oldest child is his.
Ew!
So this little boy is Dante's baby brother.
Oh.
So Daddy Sal Moretti is an asshole. So Maximo finds Kat's brother Leo.
Oh, thank God it only took the whole book.
He's like over in, I think it was Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
He flies over there for the day. And I think that this is connecting another series in Sadie Kincaid's like repertoire. I think she has a mafia series set there as well.
Okay, because this one's Chicago.
This one's Chicago Ruthless.
Okay.
So I don't know what that one's called, but anyway, it just ties the books together. And he kills him. Dante kills Leo.
Okay.
But not before finding out that he had already paid his debt to Mr. Moretti. Kat being kidnapped was just so that Dante would kill her, because when she had been raped by Mr. Moretti's men, he thought that she would have seen all the women and children in cages. Like, they're running like a full operation.
Holy shit.
Like, sex trafficking operation. And she didn't see
So
anything.
she was not the only one down in that basement when they were doing these things to her?
No.
Oh my God.
And Mr. Moretti was just as bad as Nicole's family.
Oh my God.
So, which I feel like this book is taking kind of a weird turn. Like, it's coming out of nowhere and it feels a little bit out of place.
Yeah.
But here we are. So Mr. Moretti is running a huge sex trafficking operation that his family knows nothing about.
That is so fucking crazy. It's given Diddy.
Yes. And Dante kills his father. Frames the partner, his dad's partner, which is the leader of the Russian mob family. And so, like, he goes over to his dad's house and his dad's like, "You ain't gonna do nothing." And he, like, fucking shoots him in the head. He's like, "Yes, I am." And
this book is dark as fuck.
Yeah, so then he was already the head of the mafia. You know, Dante is.
So now he's the header head?
Now he doesn't have anybody to answer to. And so then it goes into the epilogue. It's 6 months later. Kat gave birth to a daughter. They name her Gabriella. Everybody's fucking happy. All the loose ends are tied up.
And nothing toxic ever happens again.
No, I'm sure that they have, like, peaceful discussions.
Very vanilla sex.
Nobody breaks down doors during arguments. So, yeah, that was Dante by Sadie Kincaid.
That was dark. There was a few spots in that
it got real dark at the end.
Yeah.
So, that was interesting.
How would you rate the book?
Okay, so I am going to give it like a 6.5. It was a very easy read. I don't want to read it again. Like, I don't think I'll ever return to it. It had some good sex scenes. Oh, I forgot to mention that, like, one of the last things that happened is they have anal sex because that was the last traumatizing thing that happened to her while she was in, like,
that's so weird. His
guys.
Thought process on how to fix
they're
this.
like, okay, like, we can get you through this. Like, all you have to do is do it with me.
Yeah, all you have to do is do it all again.
So, anyway, there are some interesting smut scenes. And I enjoyed it. So, but to be higher than a 6 to me is something that I'm going to want to reread.
Yeah.
So what would you rate it?
Well, I didn't read it, but I will rate your storytelling a 10 out of 10.
So, okay. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, so now our next book that we're doing is the second book after One Dark Window. What's it called?
Two Twisted Crowns.
Yes, I was so excited about it because One Dark Window is like hands down one of the best books that I've ever read, in my opinion. Fantasy books.
So, yes, that is.
Have you read any books lately that you would like to recommend?
I've been pretty tied up in doing
only book club things.
Only book club books. So
the next book that you're like, damn, I really want to read that, be like, hey guys, this is what we're reading next.
I'm listening to Twilight again on audio.
I started, what's the one that is part 1 and part 2? Breaking Dawn of Twilight? Yes. I started the movie last night and that's what I went to sleep in.
I've watched them all recently, but it's just like my comfort series.
Yeah.
So like as I am trying to get my depression under control, it's like very just comforting for a story that I already know. I already know the outcome. It's not stressful to me.
When I feel like I need a good laugh and I like want to watch a show, Friends is always my number one choice. And I know you're in love with Friends too. It's kind of like sad to watch since Matthew Perry died though.
Yes, that one like hit me really hard.
That is the first time I've ever I felt it personally when a celebrity died was when Matthew Perry died.
Not me. Rest in peace, Heath Ledger. Heath Ledger forever. Like I went into like a full.
That was the start of your depression. Was Heath Ledger died?
Yes. Whenever Heath Ledger died, I did not think I was going to recover.
Yeah, I had read Matthew Perry's memoir like 6 months before he died, and I don't know. I felt like just even more connected to him because I had always only ever known him as Chandler Bong. And now like I knew him as Matthew Perry because I had read his book and it is so sad. Like I really recommend it to anybody that is a Matthew Perry fan, but it is a hard read, especially the audiobook because he does it himself.
Oh Lord, that would be very difficult. Well, another thing that ties me to Matthew Perry is that he was very good friends with the woman who plays Lorelai Gilmore.
Oh, yeah. She made and is still making posts about him to this day.
So, and I'm a huge Gilmore Girls fan. Like, so.
What's her name?
Well, don't put me on the fucking spot. Like.
Sorry, I think she was on the Call Her Daddy podcast recently, and it was really a good episode. You should go listen to it.
She is just like one of my favorite people. Not that we can remember her fucking name.
One of my favorite people ever.
Like, such a huge fan.
She has such, like, a white girl name, too. I'm like, struggling trying to figure it out. But we ain't got enough time in the podcast world to figure it out. So, we will say bye.
And we will return next week with the start of Two Twisted Crowns. And just to give y'all a little teaser, we have a few new things like coming up that we've been thinking about.
Oh yeah, like changing up the format of our episodes.
So. A little bit. We'll see how y'all like it.
Yeah. And if y'all don't, who cares? Because it's our microphone, bitch. Okay, bye. See y'all later.
Bye, fuckers. Thank you for listening. Please leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify.
Go like and subscribe to our channel on YouTube, join our Facebook group, and follow us on Instagram.
The links to everything are available in the show notes.
And 5 stars only. If you have anything less, please turn your phone off and mind your business. Bye, fuckers.